You guys remember back when Resurrection F came out and everyone in the Dragon Ball Z community was giving Frieza a whole bunch of shit as to how he could make a massive leap to where the heroes are today, where back then he could barely beat a Super Saiyan, and then with 4 months training, he's just like almost to God level, Super Saiyan Blue level of power. Well, it's time to sweep that feat under the rug because Rose freaking topped Frieza's power level jump, where before he kind of had a decent so-so fight with Super Saiyan and kind of Super Saiyan 2 Goku, but overall there was no way he was going to beat Goku back then. Like, there was just no way. If Goku went all out from the beginning, he was going to destroy Black. But from what Black learned in that fight with Goku to where he is now, to where he can freaking one-hit KO Vegeta. Well, not one-hit KO, but you guys saw what happened. He destroyed Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. That power jump from where he was back then to now, and I'm assuming it's even less than the time span that Frieza had. It's like, what? Super Saiyan Rose is no joke. And obviously that was the big climax of this episode, the official debut of Super Saiyan Rose. And I know like we've been seeing everywhere around the internet for like quite some time now, little hints of Super Saiyan Rose, and then we got to see some pictures in the Dragon Ball Super previews, but now this is it. This is official. He is out and about. Super Saiyan Rose is now in the anime, and it's very credible of a threat to do that much damage to Vegeta. And before we get into the episode, I do want to address one thing regarding Super Saiyan Rose, and that was the somewhat of a backlash the Dragon Ball Z community had in regards to this new Super Saiyan transformation just being another, like, you know, hair dye color, like Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, and now we got Super Saiyan Rose. And while I do agree to some extent how I kind of wanted a different transformation, like something drastically different rather than just another hair color. But if you think about it, this hair color is like a perfect analogy to what Toriyama tends to do with names and transformations in the Dragon Ball Z universe. And what I mean by that is, of course, the name puns. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, you know Toriyama, when he gives someone a name, he is doing it for a reason so that it could be a pun. Whether it be, you know, Saiyans being vegetables, or whether everyone in Bulma's family being named after a clothing attire, you get it. Toriyama loves name puns. And that perfectly matches what Super Saiyan Rose is. Because think about it. Black plus Super Saiyan Rose is, of course, a black rose. And of course, for those of you that don't know, a black rose is like a tall tale symbol of, you know, impurity, ugliness, and just everything terrible. Metaphorically, it simply means that there is a bad seed in the garden. And when you look back at Zamasu, who is among Kais that are, you know, creators of life and peace and harmony, he's the complete opposite of that. He's a bad seed in the batch of Kais. So you see, it's just perfect. A black rose, Super Saiyan Rose, black. It's just genius Toriyama. But aside from all this, going back to the beginning of this episode, it definitely started off real chill. Like Goku Vegeta coming back into the future to only see how the resistance on Earth is fighting against Black. And of course, it's pretty much futile. They only have rocket launchers and guns and grenades and all that. And of course, we all know that ain't gonna do shit to Black. But it was still nice to see just the hopelessness that these people have, and the only shred of happiness that they're only gonna get is from Goku and Vegeta, and currently Trunks. And I can't believe that out of all the characters that survived the BS that went down with the androids and Black and Cell and all of them, was Yajirobe. I mean, of all people. And I thought he was dead. I thought all the Z fighters from, you know, the universe that we know were just dead in Trunks' timeline. But I guess it makes a little bit of sense because Yajirobe being, you know, Yajirobe, he's gonna, you know, dip out from any of the fights that might have happened and just, you know, went into hiding like a coward, and that probably explains how he's even still alive. So I guess that was a nice familiar face to see in future Trunks' timeline. He's not really gonna do anything, but you know, it's whatever. At least there's someone from the original Z fighters that's still around. But aside from him being the only Z fighter left alive, like, this timeline for Trunks is absolutely terrible. Like, there's no point in living in this timeline. Because one of the big things that was revealed, like, within the past few episodes and the recent chapter of the Dragon Ball Super manga, in case you guys haven't read it, I'm telling you right now, a little bit of a spoiler, but it was assumed in the anime that the Supreme Kai of Trunks' universe is dead. And that in turn resulted in the death of the god of destruction, Beerus, in Trunks' timeline, because the life of the Supreme Kai is tied to the life of the god of destruction. And if you kill one or the other, they're both gonna die. And that's exactly what happened in Trunks' timeline. There's no Supreme Kai, creator of life. There's no god of destruction. It's like, why? Everyone is dead. Everything is dead. Why does he want to live there? But I guess it's his home, and you know, the people, the resistance, like the kids and the women and even the older dudes, they look up to Trunks. They see him as a hero. You saw some of the soldiers in the beginning wanting to get his autograph. So Trunks has a reason other than himself to stay in the future. And as screwed up as the future as is, I guess it makes sense as to why he is obligated to stay. But now going back to what I originally started with in this video, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta versus Super Saiyan Rose Goku. Like, I did not see that much of an ass raping on Vegeta happening, because again, that was such a massive jump in power for Black Goku. Like, hands down, it was. Because if you think about it, he barely handled Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Super Saiyan 1 Goku as well, and now he's raping Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, going as far as to impaling him with his energy sword. And, you know, I thought that was going to be the death of Vegeta because, you know, it was an impalement. It wasn't like a scratch or like, you know, a dismemberment. It was an impalement. But from what we got, I think he's alive for the most part, and he's going to be kind of okay, but with no sensu beans in that timeline at all. I don't know what they're gonna do about Vegeta, because to me he's gonna bleed out pretty soon. And then from there we got the Goku versus Black fight, and for the most part it was a pretty even fight. Nothing too chaotic happened, because of course at the end of this episode the big reveal, like not even Super Saiyan Rose, the bigger reveal is Zamasu coming back into future Trunks' timeline. And this was pretty much a reveal that Black and Zamasu may not be the same person. Now I say may not be because from what we can tell, this Zamasu is from Goku's timeline. So that doesn't necessarily mean that the Zamasu from Trunks' timeline is Black. It could be two Zamasus, one from future Trunks' timeline and one from Goku's timeline, working together to, I guess, kill Goku and just, you know, fuck everything up. Or it could just be Black and Zamasu are just not the same character at all. Who knows? But either way, the Black Rose analogy still stands regardless if Black is Zamasu or not, because he's basically a god still. But now it makes you wonder, is this how Zamasu eventually obtained Goku's body? I mean, obviously it was way different from how the future Trunks' Black Zamasu got Goku's body. But then again, it makes you wonder, Zamasu came into the future timeline pretty confident that he's gonna kick Goku's ass, the same way Black was confident after his fight with Goku in the past. Like, he came back pretty confident that he was gonna kick Goku's ass yet again. So it makes you wonder, did Zamasu obtain a new form? Is he gonna turn Supreme Kai orange or whatever? I don't know. I'm expecting another hair color change. But again, it's two gods against Goku. The only way I can see Goku winning, of course, is to use the technique he used against Hit back in the Universe 11 story arc, which of course was the Kaio-Ken times 10 or times whatever he needs to do, combined with Super Saiyan Blue. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be a death wish for Goku, because he hasn't mastered that technique yet. There is no way he had time to master it from that point until the fight that we have right now with Super Saiyan Black Rose Goku. Yeah, I completely mixed those names up. Because let's say if he uses that technique, he needs to end the fight right away against two people that like wipe the floor with Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Like, he has to end it quick, because after that time span runs out, he's finished. They're gonna kill him. End of story. So again, I'm wondering what Goku's gonna bring to the table right now, because that Kaio-Ken times 10 is the only thing that I can see working against these two at the same time. But yeah, yet again, another great episode of Dragon Ball Super. It had the tension and the emotion from the beginning, showing that, yo, Trunks needs to fix his timeline ASAP because he's the only hope left in that timeline. And then we get into the action scenes of Vegeta fighting Black, and the animation and art was just amazing, seeing those fighting sequences. And then later on we got Goku versus Black, and then next week we're gonna get Black versus Zamasu and Black. It's just, the tension in Dragon Ball Super is rising each and every week, and I'm super stoked. But let me know what you all think in the comments below. What are your theories as to how Zamasu gained Goku's body? Because again, just because we see Zamasu and Black standing next to each other, that doesn't mean that they're not the same person. They're just Zamasus from different timelines. I could be entirely wrong, but again, I could be entirely right. Who knows? I want to hear your theories down below. Let me know what you all thought of this episode. But again, great episode. Phenomenal episode of Dragon Ball Super. And I cannot wait for next week. But that's all that I have for you guys. If you enjoyed this video at all, or even this amazing, hands down, amazing episode of Dragon Ball Super, leave a thumbs up down below. I'd really greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click this box right here. You stay up to date with all my future videos and content. And I will love you forever. Don't forget, social media sites in the description box down below. Follow me on those as well to get more content when the video ends. I'm Ajax the Mister, and as always, folks, thanks for watching.